Thank you very much. Well, in the introduction, the gender issue was mentioned, that only 20% in our sector should be women. Well, I like to say to the audience, don't worry, our equality is more than 100%, so that compensates. Let me take you back to the old masters. This is the Night Watch, the masterpiece of painter Rembrandt van Rijn. It was painted in the 17th century, presenting a captain and his military guard, preparing for moving out. It's unique in its kind, and it's the eye-catcher of the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. Visitors from all over the world are coming to the museum in Amsterdam to see this masterpiece. So recently, during the Nuclear Security Summit in March, President Obama had the opportunity to face Captain Benning and the lieutenant, both key figures in the painting. It was broadly covered in the dailies. Covered, but with less publicity, was Obama's visit to a modern piece of art, the Victory Boogie Woogie, created by 20th century painter Mondrian. It's showing a landscape of vivid and primary colors and dancing lines. It has a strong visual intensity. The eyes are searching for focus, but are attracted constantly to different connected color combinations. It's a swift and dynamic piece of art, unfinished and layered. It's funny enough, this Boogie Woogie that shows a lot of similarities with the current time frame in which we are living. Modern day citizens are part of an ever-changing society. New technologies offer opportunities and are challenging us. As a citizen and as a professional on a daily basis, we can read this in our papers and journals. And I'm confident that also during this Geospatial World Forum, many examples of potential technologies will be presented to members of our geo community. I like to address the influence of technology today a little bit different. I love art. Be it paintings like Rembrandt's Night Watch, Mondrian's Victory Boogie Woogie, or Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. You can look at these paintings and see an interesting picture. However, sometimes these kind of art pieces become an experience, a source of inspiration that generates ideas and open a portal to new realities. Let's take Van Gogh's Starry Nights. He saw the stars not only as eye-catchers, but as places to move to, similar to places on a map. The painting inspired Mr. Rozengaarde, a Dutch artist and inventor, to illuminate a biking track in a place close to the city where Van Gogh lived. The track is illuminated by numerous tiny stones that are placed in the track itself. These stones, like stars in a night sky, glow in the dark and show the way, and are recharged during the day. So it becomes a useful piece of art. On a larger scale, Rozengaarde applies the same principle of technology to a highway. The lighting is called glowing lines. No more street lamps, no more lighting from above. Instead, the ground is the source of light. A strong idea combined with the executing skills of a contractor. Thinking in possibilities comes together and has been transformed into innovation. The smart highway has become a reality, thanks to inspiration, an open mind, and the will to work together. During this year's New Year's conference in Cadastre, we invited Mr. Rozengaarde as our special guest, not only because he has good ideas that can be applied directly to Cadastre, no, especially because his drive and imagination break through existing patterns. We need smart thinkers who put things in motion by using their imagination. I like to give another example where a different approach and perception makes a difference. The Netherlands are located next to the sea. We have beautiful beaches. Beaches having inspired many, influenced others, even beyond imagination. Take, for example, the beach beasts, gigantic creatures from outer space. They are made of plastic tubes and move as independent pieces of art on our sandy shores. The natural resource wind is their food. These animals are survivors. They evolved by their creator and innovator, Theo Jansen. Now they resist storms, walk through water, and I'm sure that learning them new abilities will be just a matter of time. They just become smarter. Apparently, the sky can be the limit. These innovators, like Jansen and Rozengaarde, are our future. They provide us with food for thought in using a cocktail of technology, guts and imagination to create things with potential. But okay, keeping our feet on the ground offers opportunities for us as well. Sparks to ignite ideas and generate energy can come all of a sudden. That's the reason why innovation and research are important. New techniques create opportunities that were just a few years ago pure science fiction. Not any longer. I'd like to move on to another piece of art that we all know, a topographical map. It's technology that changed the map itself as well, and cadastre automatic generalization has become a relatively new practice, producing small-scale topographical maps from larger ones used to be relatively slow. The process of making these maps was very labor-intensive and the product was updated on a low-frequent basis. Thanks to innovative technology and eagerness to cooperate, the process has gained in 50 times more speed, whereas demands in society at large are speeding up. The same happens to deliver instant up-to-date information. Technology brings demand and expectation closer to each other, with a considerable positive effect on costs as well, but also at a price. That price is the human factor. Skilled professionals that used to create maps manually, like real piece of art, are losing their tasks. We need to be aware of that. Technology is there, we need to use its full advantage, but with the obligation to provide alternatives where possible. Talking about automatic generalization recently, we organized our first Sharing the Experience conference. It proved to be an excellent way to share our knowledge on this new technology, expectations and future developments. It are especially these future developments that trigger imagination. Where are we going from here? Like innovators and artists, we don't know the answer. But what do we know? Currently, a lot of young people are moving from the rural areas to the city. Go there where the action is. To study, to work, to live. Cities like our capital Amsterdam and harbour city Rotterdam are well known. Others, like Eindhoven, Utrecht, Delft, promote themselves differently. They use creativity and innovation as their strongest assets. More people create bigger cities. That requires a different approach of space. It's technology that boosts the transformation of these cities into smart cities. It's all about making your life easier by using and shaping different captured data sets, generating new insight and providing services that are beneficial for you, be it by creating solutions for optimized use of energy, consumption in buildings, or intelligent traffic systems that guide drivers away from bottlenecks on the road, retail signs adjusting to your age and gender, or security service or leisure purposes, you name it. And your will to cooperate. As we have seen before, innovators like Rozengaarde don't act on their own. They are sharing their visions because they believe in the potential of their creations. You just need a spark to ignite the fire. New and operational technologies require partnerships. partnerships between research institutes, the private and public sector, the so-called Golden Triangle, to share knowledge and networks, to make things better together. An example where we are working closely together with other partners is the development of 3D, to provide better information and to deliver more certainty about the real terrain situation, or in combining results from 3D pilots with sensor information, creating a real SimCity, succeeding Max's last developed version of the computer simulation game SimCity. Maybe you know it. Talking about cooperation in the city, let me give you another example about urban reallotment. Our organization has a proud and long-standing tradition in using the instrument in rural areas. It's about the exchange of plots of land, and it's all about making smart use of plots of land, guaranteeing development, as well as legal certainty for all involved. It are the owners and users of these land plots who express their wishes. They make a joint plan, including a condition that no one involved ends up with an unfavorable situation. Urban reallotment has proven its value, and it's an excellent tool for spatial development. It's being used when realizing new blocks of houses, shops and public spaces, but also to meet the challenge of vacant office space. Reallotment, the classic master instrument being waxed and polished, comes alive again. Already alive are the citizens in our society, you and me. Smart technology is also available for us. It offers lots of possibilities coming together in, for example, smartphones. Mobile super devices that allow us to communicate when and wherever we are, and a wonder machine that gathers a lot of data being used as a potent sensor. New, faster 4G networks enable powerful applications, and the number of apps has passed the threshold of 1 million. Apps, we all know them, surpassing the level of games and music. This technology becomes a time machine as well, delivering instant access to the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, where you can even admire Rembrandt's Night Watch in close detail and look the captain in the eyes yourself when and where you want. When talking about technologies, and these apps in particular, it's important for us to be aware of these developments and participate or facilitate citizens and users where possible. Citizens are an important source of information and can help us maintaining our information and service level. In close cooperation with the private sector, a toolbox for mobile apps has been developed. This initiative opens access to several data sets and encourages participants to share their experiences and learn from each other. We also like to be in touch with hikers and nature lovers. We realized an app called Borderpole. This app refers to locating the exact position of border poles on the border between Germany and the Netherlands, by making the positions of these poles freely available to the public. It becomes possible for them to follow hiking routes along national borders. In return, their direct feedback on position and condition of the poles helps us a lot. We don't need to inspect the border poles on a regular basis anymore, and that saves cost, but also delivers information at once, just by a snapshot taken with your smartphone. It are these technological developments that are rapidly changing the landscape in which we live, but also influence the perspective in the way we experience data. Large quantity of data inspire artists as well. One of the nicest art pieces has been created by humans since 1982. Their piece of art, A Million Times called, is a smart combination of technology and big data. Data becomes information, new, provoking food for thought. Where are we hiding? That's the question. We don't know yet, but that it will not only be a source for artists becomes crystal clear. It has an undeniable impact on society. Big data can be characterized as data that speaks for itself. Storage capacity of computers is huge and expanding. Velocity of calculation power increases at the moment. Increasing also at the moment I'm speaking, and movement towards real-time information is no longer a non-reality. Predictions will become more important instead of existing methods of measurement. When I mentioned the smart city, the captured data transforms into big data. By connecting these data sets, cities can monitor the needs and abilities of the citizens in specific areas. They can predict where additional support and care will be necessary. First steps to place street cubes in vicinities are taken. They serve as an early warning system and collect information about absenteeism, income, and composition of its population. The system is derived from geoinformation, and it combines a map with statistics and real observations, providing an up-to-date picture of the quality of life in that particular neighborhood. Another example is the fighting of fraud by connecting data sets. Risk profiles and data connections between governments make several types of fraud about housing or healthcare transparent. That saves society a large amount of money. The possibilities are endless. What can we learn from this big data development? What position do we foresee? Although the lines are dancing and focus is not that clear, the facts are speaking for themselves. It's technology that drives the future of us all. Ignoring it would be a big mistake. Thinking differently helps. Currently, too much decision-making is based on fact-free politics and information. Big data can improve this by looking to the facts. It requires, from amongst others, governmental agencies to be transparent, and a reduction of planning and governance information to its essential state, clear policies. Besides the possibilities of big data, protection of elementary rights like privacy are not to be ignored. A robust legislation and strong principles are necessary to obtain a balance that cannot be taken for granted. A balance not representing a still life, but a dynamic landscape that attracts our eyes. They wander over the painting, looking for markers and lines that used to be there and were familiar to us. Colors remain vivid and bright, layered squares and undiscovered white surfaces. It's up to us, being part of a technology-driven society, to act together. We are the ones to pick the colors and color the white spaces. We are the ones to use imagination and be inspired by others, like Rozengaarde or Theo Jansen. To take leadership in creating and using the element of location as a factor of knowledge. To be applied as a layer of paint on different types of challenges and opportunities in society. To shape society. Still unfinished, never finished. Just like Mondrian's victory, Boogie Woogie. Thank you.